Okay, Josh, this field is similar to a lot of fields in Ontario this year where the nitrogen has not been on the wheat, this wheat. We're in the first week of May, and there's a lot of questions. Has this wheat crop suffered from no nitrogen on? It's already in the first week of May. Has this crop suffered from no nitrogen yet? So that's one of the main questions that we're fielding in at Ridgetown. And so if you take a look at the staging of this plant, of these plants right here, if we dig up some plants, we already dug up one plant here. And so here's a plant, here's a representative plant. And so we have a number of tillers here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tillers on this plant, and here's the main stem. The main stem tends to be the biggest stem. Okay, and so we know that it's at least at Zadok stage 24. So it's in the 20s. 20s is the tillering phase, and then the 4 represents the number of tillers here.
I see.
Okay, so the next stage is the growth stages in the 30s, and the 30s indicate that it's a period where the stem begins its rapid elongation phase, or we can just begin to see the miniature spike that is forming inside the main stem. And so to do that, there's a number of ways we can do that, and this is very close to growth stage 30. So I'm just going to take the tillers off here, like this, and then I'm going to cut the main stem, and I have to be careful not to slice my finger open. Okay, so I'm going to slice the main stem, and this is the main stem right here. So this is the soil surface, right where the whiteness begins to turn green. And that stem is solid here. We can't see the head or the spike forming inside that stem yet. So we know that it's not at growth stage 30 yet. So it's a shame that we don't have a plant that's at growth stage 31 or something like that at this stage for this demonstration. But there's no spike here. The stem is solid, so we know that it's still in the growth stage 24. So it's not at 30 yet. And which is a good news side from the nitrogen application, because wheat responds to nitrogen the most. The rapid uptake for nitrogen is right at growth stage 30. So that's when it begins its very rapid phase of nitrogen uptake. That's when it really needs the nitrogen the most. And so because this field is still in the growth stages 20, that means that probably this field has not suffered very much loss, if any, due to no nitrogen on this field yet.
Not yet, anyway.
No, that's right. So another week or so, this probably field will be in growth stage 31, and if nitrogen isn't on and growth stage 31, that's where we see some significant yield reductions due to nitrogen deficiency.
So right now the plants haven't starved for nitrogen because they're not at their peak uptake. But give it another week and we will be at peak uptake, and then we will be starving the plant.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.